Hey guys, we are here at class number 3, and this is how to not overwhelm your client. So I think this is one of my favorite ones because I think about that first time even that I came out of school. And I think that you can probably feel the same when you had all of those different folders of session notes and you had, 1 through 12 and you thought, okay, I need to give my client this one specific, handout, day 1. And I need to have them fill out this food diary. And I need to have them fill out this. And I need to have them do this. And you felt overwhelmed. Well, it's the same thing our client ends up feeling. So the biggest thing that you want to do is think about your program on not overwhelming your client. This is going to vary client to client. So it's not just going to be always the same exact process and procedure. Although I do have to admit, when somebody comes to me, and people always ask this, I have people always fill out my health history. They email it to me before they come to me. I look at it, I think about it, I take some deep breaths in, thinking about who they are. I get a sense of them, and even during our strategy phone call before we have met, we've talked. I have a clear idea of what their goals are. So, I have not given them advice on the phone. I have an idea of who they are just as a person even before we've even met. So when they come to me, they always do some variation of the detox. Some people just do 3 days. Some people do a little longer depending on, what health issues are going on. And not detox necessarily to detox their body. A lot of people think detox is because, they've got to clean out the pipes, detox meaning elimination. A lot of people, are intolerant, sensitive to foods. So I really want a clean slate. So somebody might do that for 7 days with me. Somebody might do that a little longer, especially if there's, constipation, allergies, rashes, poor sleep, all the things that we see all the time, because I am done symptom chasing. I did that early in my profession. It doesn't work. It's a lot of headache. We start treating things that we have no business treating, and we get out of our comfort zone, and then we get scared. Been there, done that. So now I have everyone do some level of the detox, which is why it's part of the foundation of my program in my one-on-one coaching. I do it online just for kind of fun, and also to make people who can't afford me one-on-one, a way for people to work with me as well. That's the reason that I do my online program. If many of you haven't known or wanted to ever know, that's why I have online programs, that if someone can't afford me one-on-one, that is a nice way to get me in a forum all season long and get support. But a lot of people get overwhelmed just like us when we're given change. I know, coaches, business coaches, or my own health coaches, not just, and I don't think I've ever had a health coach from IIM, but I've had other health coaches or acupuncturists. They've given me suggestions for change, and it's scary, or doing a gallbladder cleanse or even changing food. It's scary. So we want to give people support, and we don't want to overwhelm them with documents. So what you will see this season is you will have a letter, that really walks your client through each step of the way, why they're starting with what we call 2 weeks of shred. And it is a simplified weight loss plan. You have, and actually in this other folder, you'll see you have 2 weeks of either a vegetarian or vegan, or 2 weeks of animal protein. And that's really, it almost aligns with Mark Hyman. And I've just seen this working at the gym. I've seen this in my own one-on-one coaching. I've seen this just in so many areas. People have such blood sugar imbalances, and they're not losing weight even by eating healthy, higher glycemic fruits. They're just, blood sugar's everywhere, so yeast is everywhere, all these different things. So this could be weight loss, but it really also could just be blood sugar imbalance, blood sugar balancing. It could be like kicking the, sugar cravings. So you can rename it anything, which is why when you look at class 2 and we talk about personalizing it, It doesn't just have to be weight loss, people. So feel free to ask questions in the forum about how to do that, or set up a strategy session with me so we can really get clear what's going to work for you. So you're going to start them with, those 2 weeks. If you want to start them with the ebooks, and I think that the ebooks are a really nice way for people to just have like 5 minutes in the morning to just read it. It's almost like giving somebody Spirit Junkie or Louise Hay. It's just saying to them, while you're sitting on the potty, take your iPhone and read this ebook, or not on the potty if you don't want to get your iPhone, but like, this is your morning meditation. Just read part of this ebook, like center yourself. And, I think for myself, I watch YouTube videos. They're really helpful. I think a lot of us have trouble just finding that time to kind of like, as you guys know, I'm a pretty, quick moving person. And that is my daily reprieve, is to find those ways to slow down. So I do encourage you to bring on the ebooks. I think that they're very powerful. It's not for extra homework, which when you read the welcome letter that is in the 2-week shred component of the program, you will actually see that. It's a really beautiful letter. You then have all of your handouts. Stop here. Stop the boat. I don't want you to give all the handouts. I'm saying this seriously. Now, you do have a 6 email sequence, and also my own web designer. Love her. If you love my site, if you love aspects of different sales pages, I have one designer who has done, one of my sites, and then I have my other designer who's been with me for so many years and has done like every sales page and everything you've seen. She and I are finally partnering after all these years to do sales pages. She's going to do a membership login. So if you want your clients to just be able to log in, have all the documents right there. Got lemon and some essential oils in there and everything. But anyway, you can put the handouts in there. But if not, don't get crazy. You don't have to give your clients everything. As in the letter, you may want to give them the low glycemic index chart, because that's what we're really talking about in the first 2 weeks. You may have somebody who's vegan and really needs, those aminos. I know for being vegan 15 years, I was really lacking, actually probably more than that, I was really lacking those amino acids. So you really want to make sure that you think about your client. You don't have to give them every handout. You can also keep these handouts and use them maybe as like a bonus for early bird special. Recipe guide, definitely you want to give them the 2 recipe guides, because those are going to align with the two different meal plans. Shopping list, of course, but you can send them an email. Here are your meals. It can go old school email. Then when that person is gone through the 2 weeks, can move them into the rest of the program. So it can just be week by week. And if you're seeing somebody, let's go back to class number 1. If you're seeing somebody in the office, boom, they come into my office, they leave, I send them their session notes, it's got an ebook, it's got their shopping list, it's got their meal plan, and it's got maybe if they need an extra handout. They're off week, I send them an ebook, I send them, hey, you better have done your homework, and during that week, I'm going to send them reminders and stuff like that. Like, hey, are you checking your ebook? You may want to put the 6 email sequence into your MailChimp, and by all means, reach out to us if you need a virtual assistant for that. But you don't have to overload them. On the time that they come in for their session number 3, great. After they leave, send them the ebook. If you're doing this group, you can put files into a forum. You can do this in eJunkie. All of this is also in your manual. So look in your manual as different ways. If you want us to do your sales page, make this easy for you, great. If you can do this on your own, great. But keep it simplified. That's why a lot of people don't ever launch anything. So if you're sitting there and saying, that's me, we are not going to have that. We are not having that. We are moving into this season in this coming years with complete success and removing any fear and stagnation. So really think about your program and think about, how much de-overwhelming that you can do, because really what somebody's coming to you for is, yes, a program, but also your coaching. So take time, and I do this all the time, to really write out what you're going to do with your clients. So if you're doing this in group coaching or in a workshop, if everyone's coming to, yes, or you're partnering with a gym or you're partnering with a yoga studio or Pilates, you may have this. Portions of it may be printed out, maybe just the meal plans, and then they get everything else in an e-book way, which I've done. I've given everyone e-books for the recipes and everything else, but printed out different handouts. Think about how you can be effective in putting things into a forum that don't need to be printed out with paper, and think about what does need to be printed out with paper. Most people like a meal plan and a shopping list, and the rest of the stuff can be left behind. Most people can get things done by email. So really think about, not overwhelming your client, and think about what they do need. Look at all of your materials and think about how you can use them, and your business building. And I keep going back to your business building because programs do not sell itself. Keep going, and I keep saying this. You have to set up workshops, teleclasses. You have to blog. You have to get your opt-in freebie out on social media, visible on your website, so that people actually want to opt in, so that you're building your list. So do not be scared to get yourself out there and start creating this buzz on who you are. Make sure that you look, and think about your tribe and the personalization, because using the right words for your program, it may not be transformation, maybe sugar detox. You may be the weight loss coach. You may be the digestion coach. Whatever you are, have that common theme. Have the common theme going throughout your entire website. And it doesn't have to be like, oh, here's detox and allergies. If you work with families, have a cohesive theme going throughout the entire, your entire programs. It's why I said in the other class that we're doing, I'm revamping, because as I've become a coach over time, I've realized who really are those people that I'm working with and what are their needs. So my sales page has to change on my materials. I'm going to take the 60-day grain. You won't even see this anymore, but I'm going to take a 60-day program that's on there because it doesn't work for my clients. So really think about and detox your site if you have programs on there that are not working for your clients. It's taking them away from the prize. That's why horses have, blinders on. You want them to have tunnel vision to really be going after the prize. Don't confuse your clients. So really get clear with that tunnel vision on what you want to build from the ground up. Gateway program to your next program to working with you, and then VIP days. Really get clear. Do you sell other products? Do you sell oils? Do you have massage? Do you have fitness? And can it hold those other places? Is there a cohesiveness, and how can you marry them in so it doesn't feel like they're compartmentalized? The more you flow and you know exactly what you're doing, and it really just comes from soul, heart, and not ego-driven money, when it really just resonates, it will flow in this way that you cannot even imagine. When it comes from a place of just fear and all of that stuff, it doesn't ever work. So really get clear on what your people need. As I said, think about those 5 pain points, and think about people in your local area, in your backyard, that you can reach out to, even 5 people. And online, if you're a great online coach, think of 5 people that you can reach out to. There are referral people, and in your downloads, there is an email template that we have put together as a follow-up. There is a referral letter. There are so many business materials that even myself, I was like, man, I need to look at these. So don't be scared to get in there and take action. The only failing that we can do is when we don't do anything. You will make a mistake. And then you just fail forward. All right? So if you need help by any means, reach out to us. I look forward to supporting you to make the magic and to build exactly what you deserve.